I have to tell you, I look forward to this event every single year. This is such an exciting event. And you know why? Because this is like a sanity check. You know, this is like our support group. We all like each other. We all love each other. We all think we're wonderful. Nobody hates us. We don't hate each other. Because God knows, if you read about us, and I mean all of us in the media, we are all white supremacists, haters, bigots, racist, Islamophobe, xenophobe, this, that, and the other, all lies that couldn't be further from the truth. So we come together to celebrate our love for America, our love for God and country, our love and respect for our military, our love and respect for our law enforcement, and our respect for our founding fathers and everything they put together to give us this incredible country that we have today. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, so I woke up this morning. I have no idea what I want to talk with you about. And I thought, you know what? I let it flow. I have really nothing prepared. You know, and I was looking at my husband thinking, what do I do? What do I do? What do I say? What do I say? And he said, you'll figure it out like you always do. So I thought I'm going to be here today not to educate you. I know this is shocking news because we've been hearing a lot of education in the last 2 days, right? You have a lot of education coming up for the rest of the day, right? Okay, so we're not going to talk about education. What I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to light a fire under you to inspire you to not just go to meetings and attend meetings, but actually to become activists. Every single one of us to be inspired, to be all you can be as an activist. The time for education is over. We are educated. I talk to people all the time and they say, oh, Brigitte, by golly, I am so well informed about this issue. You know, I listen to Fox News, I listen to talk radio, I listen to Rush Limbaugh, I read stories on the internet, and I'm going to vote. Well, you know what? A lot of things happen in 2 years between voting. Voting by itself is not enough. You know the problem with our side? Here's what our side does. We all show up to a meeting once a month, whatever member club we are in, this club, that club. We show up, we have a great speaker. Oh, everybody's excited to eat the rubber chicken for lunch, or dinner for that matter. We hear a great speaker. It's usually 3 or 4 people of the chapter or the club or whatever club it is. Tea Party, Republican Party, whatever party, Christian Party, whatever, you name it. And then everybody gets excited. Oh, our speaker was great. Everybody pats themselves in the back and they think, wow, we got educated. Wasn't that a great meeting? And then they go home. You know what the left does? The left does not hold meetings. Here's what the left does. They could care less about being educated on the issues. What they do is they get together with a group of friends and say, hey, let's meet at Starbucks on the way home at 5:30. And by the way, people tell me, oh, the left doesn't have jobs. That's why they have time to organize. Baloney. They're just more fired up and have more passion to show up and become active. So they all organize and say, let's show up at Starbucks on the way home. And they all get together at Starbucks at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and they make a list of, okay, let's see what city council we want to get rid of. What time is our city council is holding a meeting so we can all show up and challenge them on whatever they're talking about. Let's make a list of our state delegate and local delegate and see who do we want to get rid of. Let's make a list of our senators and congressmen and see who we want to character assassinate so we can get rid of. They get together and say, okay, who of us wants to run for school board? Because God knows the education is not hijacked enough. It needs to be even more hijacked. So what do? Make a list, okay, what other groups like us are organized so we can put up some people for city council, for school board, for this, that, and the other. They are all about activism. You stop and ask any 22-year-old nitwit on the left who feels he's a socialist, tell me about socialism. They don't have a clue. They don't. They could care less about being educated about socialism. All they know is they are fired up to be a socialist. So we need to start thinking activism. We need to start thinking how we become engaged, how we become involved. Because I tell you, my friends, We are at war, declared on us by those who hate our country, who want to change our country, who want to transform our country into a socialist, open border, not lawless country. They are the ones who want to be in control. And we are the firewall. We are the ones who are going to stand in there in our community, coordinate together, know who we are, know what we're working on, and do it with love, but do it with dedication. You see, it's ironic what the left labels us. And I want you to hear their tactics. Okay, here's a piece of education. Here's the tactic of the left. The left has a tactic called the wrap-up smear. They create a wrap-up smear and then merchandise it. And here's what I mean by that. The wrap-up smear is they create a lie. They turn you into a demon. They turn you into somebody so horrible that nobody wants to have anything with you. So they demonize you and put out a lie. The lie is picked up by the press. The press all coordinates together and then they start repeating the lie. That's called the merchandise, the wrap-up, smear wrap-up merchandising. The press starts repeating the lie, repeating the lie, repeating the lie. The Washington Post, the New York Times, the Miami Herald, the Los Angeles Times, the Huffington Post, Huffing and Puffing Post. I like it the way Rush Limbaugh says it, and they start repeating the lie enough to turn fiction into truth. And then people say, well, see, it's written in the press. It must be true. Those FRC people, those values voters are just so evil. They hate everybody. They are Nazis, they are white supremacists, they are bigots, they are racists, they are Islamophobes. Is any of you, are you Islamophobes? No. Are you racists? No. Are you white supremacists? No. Are you haters? No, of course not. It is ironic. This is the playbook of the left. They create a lie to smear you, then they repeat the lie enough, and then they say, see, it's not a lie. Because if it's written in the New York Times, it's the truth. If it's written by the SPLC, it's the truth. The scary part is corporations right now are taking the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, as gospel. Anything that they put out is gospel. This is the same organization that accuses people like you and me of hate, yet their followers and their people and their members who show up to FRC building and try to shoot innocent people because of the SPLC list. And they accuse us of hate. Last time I checked, I was raised in a Christian household. Last time I checked, and I'm sure a lot of you have the same values, we were raised to forgive, pray for your enemy, pray for those who trespass against you, treat others the way you want to be treated. I mean, this is how I was raised. This is how most people are raised in the United States. These are the values our generation was raised with. So for 22-year-old Antifa thugs to accuse us of hate, that's rich. As many of you know, here's how the left is organized. And here's why we need to be able to organize as much as they do. You see, on the left, when somebody is attacked, all leftist organizations form a circle around them to protect them. They don't care what they're accused of. They don't care. You could rape people, you could kill people, it doesn't matter. They all rally around you like unbelievable, and they double down to protect you. On the right, when somebody is attacked, everybody scatters. Everybody hides around the table, under the table. That needs to stop because we are fighting for the soul of our country. When one of us is attacked, all of us are attacked. And that's how we need to start thinking. It doesn't matter who you are on the right. It doesn't matter who you are. All organizations on the right need to come and stand with you. Because divided we will fall. And we cannot be divided, and especially now heading into an election year. Now more than ever, the conservative movement needs to come together. When they call one of us a racist, they call all of us racist. When they call one of us a white supremacist, they call all of us white supremacists. By the way, they call me a white supremacist. Can you believe that? How do you like this stand? How do you like this white supremacist stand? from the Middle East with an accent. White supremacists wish I never came into this country. As many of you know, this last weekend, the Southern Poverty Law Center put out a hit article about us, calling us a hate group, because we were holding our annual dinner gala, our sole fundraising dinner gala at Mar-a-Lago. We had signed the contract in April, so it's not like Mar-a-Lago did not know who we are. The Southern Poverty Law Center puts out an article at midnight on Friday, last Friday. Saturday morning, the Miami Herald puts it out and regurgitates it. And then CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, puts it out. Within 2 hours on a Saturday morning, the attorneys in New York who are representing the Trump organization cower down and hide, and they cancel our event. Like that, at Mar-a-Lago. So here we are, one of the largest national security grassroots organization in the country, because I know there's a lot of grassroots organizations, with 1.6 million members, were canceled because of a hit piece from the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know what? I took the punch in my gut, and I cried, and I was sad for 3-4 days. But boy, when I caught my breath and I stood up, we're not going down without a fight. Thank you. Thank you. I just recorded a video yesterday to President Trump, telling President Trump this is a defining moment for the United States. Are we going to stand up for free speech? Are we going to allow the left to define who we are as haters, bigots, racist, white supremacists, Islamophobes? They are defining us in the exact opposite of who we really are. We are God-loving, God-fearing, America-loving patriots who honor our military, who defend our police, who honor the memory of our founding fathers. This is far bigger than Brigitte Gabriel and Act for America. This is far bigger than a canceled gala. Indeed, it is bigger than me and my organization, because I am the face of millions of conservatives who are members of scores of conservative organizations who are tired of being labeled labels that are not true, that are hate, that are fabricated, that are carried on. And I ask you to stand with me as we all together fight in this coming year in order to defend our freedoms and stand with our president. God bless him and protect him. And if the Southern Poverty Law Center and the New York Times and the Huffington and Puffing Post and the Washington Post and the Council on American Islamic Relations think they can smear and they can get between us and the president, I have news for them. Me and my organization are doubling down in our stand with President Trump, in defending him and standing with him and protecting our country. This is a defining moment for free speech. This is a defining moment for America, especially as we head into war this coming year, because the left has declared war on us. They want to not only silence us, they want to destroy us, every single one of us. And they're going to go one after one after one after one. Don't think this is going to stop with Act for America. I'm asking President Trump to reverse that decision, allow us to hold our sole annual fundraising gala in Mar-a-Lago. And I want him as our guest of honor. And we are renaming our gala the Celebrate Freedom of Speech Gala. And I want you not just to attend meetings, not just to hear speakers, no matter what organization you are involved with, and God bless every single organization you are involved with. We want you to become more active. We want you to become more engaged. The time to just forward an email or show up and eat a rubber chicken lunch at a meeting once a month is over. What we need you to do is become active. Here's one hint. On our website, actforamerica.org, you can sign up to become an activist. We give you tips and ideas. We send every Wednesday, 3 in 10. 3 things you can do in 10 minutes or less that will make a difference for the country, and you can do them with the click of a button on your computer, sitting in your pajamas, sipping your cup of coffee at 7 a.m. in the morning. Everybody can do that. We're not asking you to go demonstrate on the streets. So go to actforamerica.org and sign up as an activist so you can be engaged in whatever organization you're in. I'm not telling you leave your organizations. Join us in our activism. We named the organization Act for America. Not think about America, not wish for America, not hope for America, not pray for America. You can do all that and you should. But we named it Act for America. What did we name our organization? Now I want you louder. What did we name our organization? Act for America. Now is our time. If it's not us, then who? If it's not now, then when? We are fighting for the soul of our country. Just imagine the alternative if President Trump does not get reelected next year. Just imagine. Let that light a fire under you. Our founding fathers gave up everything, and most of them died broke to give us the freedoms that we have today. The least we can do is protect and preserve those freedom that they created for generations to come. We owe it to them, and we owe it to our children. And I cannot, thank you. We owe it to them. And I cannot end my presentation without asking every military personnel in this room and every veteran to stand up and be recognized and remain standing after the applause. I have a message for you. All our veterans and military personnel, stand up. Woo! 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 God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you. You know, kindly remain standing. I saw a lot of them sit down. They are so humble. They stand up and it's like immediately they sit down. Those of you who sat down, our military personnel and our veterans, please stand back up again. Now I have a message for you. I want you to hear it, and I want you to be standing up, every single one of you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for creating a nation for me where I can come be all I can be as an American. I want to thank you for my freedom, every single freedom I have, my freedom of speech, my freedom of religion, my freedom of expression, and every freedom I have. I know that my freedom is built upon your shoulders and your sacrifice. I want to thank you for every night you slept away from home. I want to thank you for every meal you missed. I want to thank you for every family occasion you missed. I want to thank you for every holiday you slept in a ditch while your family was alone celebrating the holiday. You are not only my heroes, you are the heroes of millions of Americans who are unable to stand before you here today, and thank you. On their behalf, I thank you. I'm not done yet. Don't sit down. I thank you on behalf of millions of people around the globe who are still living under tyranny, who wish they had a military like you to go spread freedom of justice. On their behalf, I thank you. They'll never have an opportunity to thank you in person. And I vow to you that I am building an organization with Act for America that will always honor you, that will always praise you, that will always lift you up in prayers, that will always sing about your accomplishment to our future generation of brats who don't know where their freedom comes from. I vow to you that I will stand with you and fight for you and for our law enforcement and for every person protecting this country and our border agents who are not here right now, who are putting their life on the line. I thank you. On their behalf, I thank you. May God bless you one and all, and may God bless the United States of America. May we all honor the legacy of our founding father, and may we win this war against those who want to destroy America. Thank you for having me here today. It's always an honor. May God bless you. Thank you.